Hi, this is Woody. I'm playing No One Survived, which is a new survival game that's in early access. Really enjoying it so far. I want to do a guide on electricity. When you start out, it's a bit confusing on how to get this all set up. Here we have a machining table, so you have some workstations that require electricity to operate. This one needs 3,500 watts of power, but it's not connected and there are no electricity sources. This cooking station's the same, need 900 watts of power. The refrigerator needs 100 watts. The refrigerator constantly draws power because it has to be on all the time to keep your food from spoiling. The cooking station and machining table only draw power when you're crafting things or cooking things. To get started, we'll have to work our way down the skill tree to get to the workstations that we need to do electricity. So at the top of your tree is processing table. You'll simply need to find a log and 3 stones, and you can unlock this. Now the next level is simple parts, but for this you'll have to get your mechanical leveled up to level 1, and then craft an iron ingot, and then you can unlock simple parts. Same with toolbox, but then you're going to have mechanical grade 2 and an iron ingot to unlock that. Electrical wire, you'll need a copper ingot and some plastic, and then mechanical grade 1, which you'll already have if you've gotten this far. And then we get down to what we need for electricity. First thing you're going to need is the battery. This is a battery bank. It doesn't come with batteries, so you'll have to loot and find some batteries that you can place into this. And you'll need electrification grade 2, engineering grade 2 to do this. I'm going to do a guide on leveling up your skills to help you out on getting to these levels to be able to do this if you haven't already. Now, the batteries that you find won't have any charge, so you can't just simply throw some batteries in this and start powering workstations. You'll need to have a source, which are going to be these 3, to charge the battery. So this fuel generator, you'll have to have electrification grade 2, engineering 2, and you'll have to find a motor, so you'll have to loot like the factories or the farm buildings and find you a motor. And then you can unlock this, and this just uses fuel like you find at gas stations that you use in your car, and it'll charge up your batteries when you connect it to the battery bank. Solar power station, it will require electrification grade 3, engineering grade 2. You'll have to find 3 electronic components, but this one also requires solar group drawings, and you'll find those like in houses and drawers and stuff like that. So once you find that book, you can unlock this. And the same with the thermal generator. You have to have electrification grade 3, engineering 3, some electrical wire, and a thermal generator drawing. Now, the fuel generator doesn't require any drawing, and the motors are pretty easy to find, so that's probably going to be the first one you unlock. So once you get these going, oh, I forgot to mention the solar power station will need solar panels. Once you build the station, it won't have any panels, so you'll have to loot the factories to find some solar panels to put into this. And then you'll start generating electricity to charge up your batteries in your battery bank. So for this video, I've given myself all max skills so that I can demonstrate this. So I already have all the skills and the items to unlock these. So I unlock the processing table, unlock simple parts, unlock toolbox, electrical wire, and then I can unlock my battery bank. And then thermal generator, solar power, and fuel generator. So now I have these stations unlocked. So now I can craft these stations and start generating power. So first we need to craft our battery bank. So let's go down, and here it is, battery. Put that there. And so for this I'm going to need 5 boards, 9 simple parts, 9 electronic components, 15 wire, an inverter, and a toolbox. So we'll have to loot around and get all these items. The inverters you can find in the industrial locations. So there's the inverter, I need 5 boards, simple parts, electronic components, and wire, and I think a toolbox. Let me see. So you can just hit F to add all at once. Okay, I'm short 1 wire. Let's put that. Okay, good. There. So we have this station, and you see it has no batteries, so it's not doing anything. I think I placed some batteries over here. Yeah. so that you can find batteries in cars and then find these other in various places. So you place these batteries in here. And you see the different batteries will give you different. So this one will give you 60 amp hours, that one 80, that one 120, and then the industrial will give you 200. And this is large household, small household, and that's a car battery. So as you see though, it says 0 of 60 amp hours. So I have no power here, so I cannot use anything. And another thing I want to do with all of these is give them a name. I'm just going to call this battery bank. Click save. So if I go over, we'll go over to one of these stations. Under electricity, you see this battery bank shows up. I can click connect. However, I'm connected to the bank, but if I try to craft anything, I won't be able to because I have no power in my battery bank yet. So the first power source we're going to generate or create is going to be the fuel generator. And for that, we're going to need these items: 5 boards, 10 simple parts, 10 electrical wires, an electricity generator, iron ingots, and toolbox. So you're going to have to go looting and find these items. Don't have anything. So let's go ahead, F to place all the items, and then I'm going to grab the toolbox. And boom, there we have the fuel generator. So as you see, it's now connected to this battery bank, but it's not generating any power. So what we need to do is add fuel here. Some over in this box. And it holds up to 50 liters. Each of these are 10. So there's 10, 20, 30. Start generating electricity. You make sure. Yep, I'm connected to the battery bank. So this is going to work, and it will gradually charge up my batteries. It takes a minute. It actually will take a while, especially with just one generator. If you can craft multiple, this will go by faster. So now we have 1 amp hour generated. But if we go over here, you'll see that we try to craft electric tool. Yeah, insufficient power. And that's because this requires 3,500 watts and I only had 1 amp hour, which is 1,000 watts. So once this gets above 3.5, we'll be able to craft. Okay, so now we have 4 amp hours, which is more than the 3.5 we need. So now I should be able to craft something. And boom, there we go. Now note that that used up that 3.5, so now we're back down to the 0.5, so we have to wait for it to charge up more before we can use it again. So you'll just let that run. If you have multiple generators, it'll obviously go faster, and you can go out and do things, and when you come back, your stuff will be charged up. And once you get it powered up, I mean everything charged up, you won't use it very fast, especially if you have these larger batteries. Power will go a pretty long ways. Okay, I'm going to turn this off because it's noisy, and then we'll move on to the next. So next up, we'll do the thermal generator. And for this one, we'll need 10 simple parts, 10 electrical wires, 10 iron ingots, a motor, and 2 toolboxes. Have all that here. That all, and there we go. So the first thing you'll want to do is connect it to your battery bank. So now that's connected, and then under main interface you can add fuel. Let's go here, grab a log, piece of charcoal, and some coal. So let's see, log gave us 120 fuel, charcoal gave us 240. And coal gave us another 600. Now this is only generating 200 watts of power per tick, so this will be a lot slower unless you can craft multiple than the fuel generator, because it gives 1000 watts of power per tick. But the good thing about the thermal generator is it's easy to get, logs and stuff like that to throw in there to fuel it, to keep generating power. Okay, so now we'll do the solar panels. So let's craft our solar power station. We'll take that around. So for this we need 15 iron ingots, 15 delicate parts, 10 wire, 10 electrical components, 10 copper ingots, and 3 toolboxes. We have all that here. Nothing for that thing. Add on, make one more toolbox. Oops. And there we go, we have our solar station. So if we open this up, you'll see there's 9 slots for solar panels. And there are 3 different solar panels. This one does 50 watts, this one 200, and this one 300. You'll have to loot around to find these. And obviously it's ideal to have the larger ones, but just use whatever you can find at first. Oops. So I've got my panels in there, connected to my battery bank. And there we go. It is charging. So now we're up to 19 amp hours on our first battery. Once it totally charges up this battery, it'll start charging up the next. So now that I have power generating, I'm going to go over and go ahead and connect my refrigerator. It's only drawing 100 watts of power, so that's only 0.1 amp hours. So I'm going to be generating a lot more than that is using, so we'll be good there. So now for lights, I've got the lamp there and this chandelier and wall lamp. So if I click on the chandelier, go to the electricity tab, connect it to the battery bank, and then if I go to main interface, if I click open, it turns the light on and close. That's how you manually turn it on and off. But if you have these way up in the ceiling somewhere and they're hard to get to, you'll want to connect it to a switch. So I have this switch over here on the post. So if I connect it to the switch, if that light was way up high, all I have to do is hit the switch, it'll turn it on, turn it off. Now this lamp up here, connect it to the battery bank. I'm going to connect it to the same switch. So now when I hit that switch, turns both lights on, both lights off. Now let's do the lamp here, street light. Connect it to the battery bank, connect it to the switch. So when I hit this switch, all 3 of them are on, all 3 of them are off. Now you may want to have multiple switches, so let's throw one on here real quick. Okay, so now I have another switch. So what I'll do is I'll go to the first one, rename it. Which one? Oops, I accidentally did a screenshot. And then name that one switch 2. So what I'll do is I'll connect the street light to switch 2. So I'll disconnect it from that one and connect it to this one. So now when I hit the top switch, turns those 2 lights on, the street light's still off. Hit this, now the street light's on. Street light's off. And the other lights are on. So that's pretty much the basics of electricity. I'm really enjoying No One Survived. It's a pretty fun game. It's early access, but it looks like it has a lot of potential. I mean, this is just a fraction of what's in this game that I've showed on this electricity, so look forward to playing it some more. So if you like this, I'm going to be making more videos as I learn things in this game, so Be sure to subscribe for more, and I thank you for watching. Thanks. Bye.